So hello and welcome, I'm Frederick Dunn, and it's July, which means swarms like this one, the chances generally aren't great, but it gives us an opportunity to do some experimenting and to try out swarm collection and installation methods. So what I'm going to do today is satisfy my 7-year-old grandson's request to include him in a swarm educational video. And I'm going to use this box here by Beersville Bees, beersvillebees.com. It's actually your tool kit that you're supposed to walk around with, but I thought since I have it handy, why not see if I can get a swarm to move into it? So that's what we're going to do today. Stay with us and see how things go. Will they stay or will they go? Let's find out. So Quinn, what's going on this morning?
I just came here and there was a swarm.
And where's the swarm right now?
It is on that tree over there.
And it's really high up, right?
Yes.
So what do we want to do with them? We want to let them fly, or we want to try to get them in a hive?
There's a bee in here. We want to catch all of the bees, like this bee, and then put it into the hive.
So maybe if we shake some bees into that oversized net, then we can put them in the hive, and maybe the rest of them will follow. What do you think?
That would work because the female bees listen, follow, and the male and the drones, if they go in the hive, the other bees will not, because they do not care about drones. They'll
follow the females?
Yes.
And what's the most important bee in that swarm in that tree?
It is a queen.
A queen. So if we get the queen in our net,
yes,
and then we get her into the beehive, then the others will follow and we'll have a new colony of bees, right?
Yes. So
okay, now we have really giant holes in this net. We have giant holes in this net.
Yeah, the bee can go through it.
Right, so we're going to put something to line it. So we're going to do an experiment today. How's that sound?
I know duct tape.
Duct tape?
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea, but you know what? We're just going to put a pillowcase in there that we made ourselves, and we're going to catch some bees. What do you say? Good idea? Okay, so the bees are settling in the tree, and we've got our ladder up there, and we've got our beekeeper, and we have a really nice net that's lined with cotton. Why do we line that with the cotton pillowcase?
Because the bees can breathe through it.
They can breathe through it? Good.
They can't get through these holes right here.
And they can't get through the holes?
Nope.
And plus, we can pull that bag out, and then where are we going to put the bees? Where do we want them to go?
Into their hive right there.
So we're going to go right into this Beersville Bees hive. We need to get a bunch of them inside. And then once they're in, maybe the rest of the bees will follow them. Do you think it's going to work?
Yes.
Let's just do an experiment, all right? Are you going to climb that ladder?
No, my grandfather is.
Your grandfather? Okay, I'll do it. And then we'll get those bees in that bag, and then we're going to take clips, and we're going to clip this bag to that hive. See if we can get them in. You think it's going to work?
Yes.
And how did we find out there was a swarm today?
I just came here, and then the bees looked a little crazy. I told my grandma, and then she went. There was a swarm.
And there's a swarm? And so then, what does that mean? It's a chance to get them?
Yes, we had a chance. Luckily, it stayed in this tree.
So it stayed in the tree pretty close by, little high up. Let's get them.
But
Our chances are good. So thanks for being aware of what the bees are doing.
Yep.
Let's get them in this hive. All right, so we're going to put the bees in the bag, but what's going on with these clips?
So it looks a little funny, but you don't want the bees being here when this cotton pillowcase falls in. That's gonna be harder to get the bees out of it. So and then we're gonna do the same thing to that hive over there.
So we use the clips to keep the pillowcase on the net so it doesn't fall off when the bees go into it.
Yeah.
And then we use the same clips when we're going to hook the pillowcase to the landing board of that nucleus box. Do you think it's going to work?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Do you think it's fun to experiment?
Yes, it's really fun to see bees
So
really close.
what's fun about experimenting?
You get to see what happens. You get to see the bees up close.
And maybe we learn some new stuff that we didn't know before, and we'll have new methods for putting bees in hives and catching them. All right, let's go. It's recording. So just grab the tops. Just the top, like, see that? You don't need your gloves for this, if that's in the way. Okay, now when I go up, you just keep me in the frame. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we soak them with sugar syrup to make them heavier.
Yep.
Then when we shake the branch, most of them will fall into the pillowcase. You think it's going to work?
Yep.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. And we got them. You see in there? We get all the bees. Now let's try it. Come with me. Now our goal is to put them on this hive right here. And all we want to do is get these bees out of this net. You're running in every direction, Quinn. Try to keep it level. And then we just use this so we can gather the bees. We lift it up out of the net. We pull the net back here. And now all we have is the pillowcase.
Yep.
Farther back. So then we'll take the pillowcase with the bees in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I see some
we're
bees.
We're just going to try and experiment.
Yep, there's some bees liking this so
I
far.
understand.
Oh.
We'll see.
Yep, there's bees going in. I saw one bee going.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
We're going to come over here. Look at all these bees. Now they could just fly away. They don't have to go in, right?
Yep.
So we're going to go here. I'm going to put this on. So we've got a pillowcase that's secure. And now we don't have to hold it. And look, some of the bees are going in. Right, so what we want is to see if any of these bees go into that hive. And if they do, the thousands of bees that are down here will also go in the hive. Sound good? Boy, I hope our experiment works.
These are so cute. It's kind of cool seeing the bees. It looks like the.
So Quinn, did we open this hive first and put bees inside, or did we just put them out in front?
We just put it on the front.
So we're letting them kind of decide if they want to go in or not.
Uh-huh.
And right now, so the females are going to go in and look it over. And that's what they're doing now. We can see them going inside that opening.
Yeah, and they're gonna tell the other bees, come check this out. Maybe.
Right. If they like it, they'll go in. Now, one of the cool things about having a sheet like this, somewhere the queen is there. So she's going to have to walk up and in if they decide this is where they're going to live. So if we have really good eyesight,
We might see the queen.
we will see that queen walking up. So if you see her anywhere, I'm going to need you to point her out to me.
Okay.
You think you're good at that?
Yeah.
Now, should we be right in front of the entrance, or should we be to the side of
We
it?
should be to the left or right, any side.
Okay, so out of their flight path.
Yes. So,
All right.
so they don't come after you and see you.
Oh, that's great. And so we don't slow down their work. Great. All right. Well, we'll turn off the video camera for now. And once they decide, it looks like they're actually going in. It looks like quite a few are going in. That is great news.
Yeah, some of the bees like really close. That's what kind of looks like the queen because they're really long.
Okay. Now, when that queen sneaks in there, we want to see it. How long do you think the bees were in the tree before we collected them?
About like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, so not very long. 10 or 15 minutes is about right. And we did wait until they settled on the branch, right? We didn't want to collect them while they're still flying all over.
Yeah, that would be a little too insane.
Yeah, a little too.
We want them to be calm like this.
A little too chaotic. And they do seem very calm, don't they?
They look like they want to be nice to us.
Now, we also saw the hive that they came out of, right?
Yes.
And what was the problem? Why do you think they left? Oh, there's the queen.
Where?
Right here. She's right there.
Oh, is she the longest one?
That's the queen, so that's the good news. Now, if that queen, see how she hides under the bees now?
Yeah.
If she goes up and goes inside, all the rest of the bees will go there too. Keep an eye on her. There she is. She's right on top, right by the clip. And now she's going down again.
Is that her?
Don't touch her. Right down here. See the big abdomen?
Also,
There's the queen. Here she goes.
Is it the
Let's watch her.
Is it the longest bee?
Let's watch her.
No, but is it the longest bee?
She's right there. Other bees are hanging on to her. I'm going to follow her going up. She looks nice and fat too, which tells me she's probably a mated queen. Plus she had so many bees with her that her pheromones are strong. Now she's right by the clip. And you can tell they definitely want to be around her. They want to protect her.
But what happens if the queen died and the other bees?
If the queen died during this process, then all the bees that are with her would go back to the hive they came from. They'll only start a new colony if this queen is with them. Oh, she just went under the clip. That's very sneaky.
Is she right here?
Very sneaky for that queen.
So is this
There she
queen
goes. She's on the top.
right here?
Yep. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. She's moving. She's over here on the side of the hive.
Oh, I see her. Oh, she's big. She's,
Yep. So we need to, there she goes.
She looks like a wasp.
Now we gotta watch her. Remember, if she goes in, they're all gonna go in. There she is. She's going in.
Okay.
She's at the entrance. We're gonna win. Oh, she's fooling us a little bit. There she goes. She's looking around.
Trying to lose us.
She's making up her mind.
Wait.
Oh, she's going the wrong way.
Where's
Oh,
she?
she's going back down.
I lost her.
Okay, she's right under the landing board.
Yeah, I saw what she looks like. She's fat and long, right?
Yeah, she's kind of orangey, but she has some dark brown bands on her. We need her to come out again. If she had only gone in,
Everything.
we need to keep her eyes peeled.
Beekeepers
Because
versus
she
bees.
loves to go under a bunch of other bees.
They'll hide from us.
Yep, she's hiding.
Yes,
So the good news is lots of bees are going in. We do have a queen, so we know we got her in our swarm collection. And she's scooting around. I think it's just a matter of time before she slides under a pile of bees and goes right in that entrance. And when she does, we're going to see lots of pheromone fanning. And the rest of these bees are going to go in there too. Oh, there she is. She's right underneath. So she's still underneath the landing board.
And she's gone.
She's sneaky. She's surfing. She's going over and under all the bees there.
She doesn't like this video. It's like when you came up to someone's house.
Oh, you think she doesn't like that we're videoing her? Oh, that's interesting. There she is again. She's right here.
Oh, is she going up or down?
There she is. She's at the bottom. She's right down here now. She's moving through.
She just cut off the bee. And I got her in the face. This is really cool seeing the bees all over. Oh,
Sure
look,
is.
look at
There
her.
she is.
Look in the clip.
There she is. She's right there.
Oh, I see her. She kind of looks like a wasp. Oh, and she went in. She kind of looks like a wasp. Something like that. Look at all the bees in there.
Yeah, they're all around the clip, and we still have bees coming in from the air.
Oh, I can see it. It's like a small swarm.
Oh, there she is again. She's still down here.
It's beekeepers versus bees, right? Right now.
Beekeepers versus bees? Nah, we're just trying to influence them. Now she's to our left under the landing board.
It looks like we're winning, kind of.
I think we are, because I think a lot of the bees have entered the hive. I think they might accept it. Overall, this hive is too small. It's a 5-frame deep that comes from Beersville Bees, which is really just supposed to be your hive kit. See the chain? That's so it holds your smoker. There's a bracket on the side so that it holds your brush. But it just happens to be made out of a 5-frame nuke box, so it's also really handy if you end up coming across a swarm and you need to take them back. So we put some frames in there that have drawn comb and some that don't, so it should be appealing to those bees.
There's a bee crawling on the thing. He likes that. He likes
Okay.
to work.
Let's keep our eyes peeled for that queen. Now when she goes in, see right now there's not a lot of Nasonov gland fanning.
It looks like 100 of bees are going in.
So as soon as she goes in, they'll all start fanning.
I don't know, it looks like 100 of bees are going in.
How many bees are here, do you think? Can you count them?
I'd probably lose it. No, it's being impossible.
Too many to count?
1, 2. What are the bees doing? Are they
They
playing?
are feeding each other. That's a great question. That is trophallaxis. So
Oh,
the
is that
bees
bee-
feed one another.
Yeah, is that bee waving? It was just like, yeah, like that.
You're going to miss the queen. There's the queen again. She's clambering up. Now she's walked that path before. Can you see her? She's right here.
Oh, I
That's
see
the
her.
queen.
Oh, she's oranges. Yeah, I see her.
Yep. See how big her stomach is?
Yep.
That's your easiest way to spot her. And
Oh,
there she
there she
goes.
is.
She's clambering across.
And,
And we really want her to make up her mind.
Hey, bee. What's that bee doing? Oh, see her? She's
Yeah,
gone.
there again, she went underneath the bees. And she's coming out over the top of them.
Yeah, I see her. Do you see him right
Oh,
here?
she's climbing up. What are the chances? What are the chances she goes in now?
1% probably.
1%. That is highly pessimistic.
Or like 5%.
Oh, she went under those bees. There she goes. She's on the top. She's surfing. She's under. She's out again. See that big stomach?
Oh, I see her. Wait, what's the black part of the bees right here? The end of the bee? She looks like I'm a wasp, kind of. Let's look at my eye. Oh. I never saw a queen fly before. I'm kind of gonna see her fly. I wish her wings moving.
Back at the clip. She's crossing over. Because she could fly. She could actually fly away. But she wants to go where the scouts have told her to go.
Oh, there's a bee on your phone.
That's okay. Bees are allowed to be on me.
Those are not on the screening part. They're fine. I see her. Right there.
Yes, Quinn. We're videoing you.
gone. Oh, I see her sticking back. My brother.
So what's been going on here is the queen is not getting in anymore, and part of that is due to the fact that the bees are actively blocking her from getting in. So I think what they've decided collectively is that this toolbox really is not big enough for this size swarm. It actually is a good size swarm, so we're going to swap it out, and we're going to use another box. So this is my feeder shim that we'll be putting on top with a Bee Smart Designs insulated inner cover. Under it we have a cedar landing board, 10 frame deep Langstroth box. This one is about 16 years old. And then we have for the outer cover the Bee Smart outer cover. So we're going to put all this together, and we're going to swap positions with the nucleus hive box that's sitting there, and we're going to see if they won't go into the larger box. So I've traded places. We put it down, set it on the edge of the cotton pillowcase there. We put the landing board on the bottom. No entrance reducer yet, but we are going to add one. 10 frame deep box. We're going to put these frames right in it. That is Better Comb, which is a pre-drawn synthetic beeswax, which should help get them started. And here we have a plastic acorn medium frame that's been used before, so the smells are good and should entice them in. We also have acorn wooden framed heavy wax foundation there, and we're just setting up the box so that they'll have the preferred 10 frame size. This is a deep frame of Better Comb, comes in deep or medium, and so there again I'm going to checkerboard that. I don't want to waste the resources of putting them side by side, but now we have 10 frames in there. So let's find out if the bees will there again volunteer to just walk into it. And the insulated inner cover is there. If we wanted to put feed on it, we could, but I would wait until they're already in. And if they are able to forage, I don't even like to put feed in there. And also, I don't want them just to get going robbing resources. So you want to make sure that they're moving in because of the available space. And they're kind of in two camps here. So we're going to move that box around too. So the end that's loaded with bees is also on the cotton pillowcases. And the pillowcase, these are the largest pillowcases I could find right on Amazon. I bought two, and we cut the seams apart and stitched them together to make one really large one so we could use it on that net. Now this is promising. You see they're fanning their nasonoph glands. We do have bees going inside, but they're pacing off the interior. That's a good sign too, because statistically speaking, a 10 frame deep box should be preferred by the bees. So we're going to follow through, see how that goes, and I'm going to let you know what happens, good or bad. Now, of course, we could just collect the queen. We could put the queen in a queen cage, and then we could put that cage inside the hive, and the workers would be sure to follow. But it's much better, and it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, just to watch the bees, see the process when you have lots of time on your hands that the bees use to decide to go in. And there are quite a few going in, but as I mentioned to Quinn earlier on in this video, if the queen doesn't go in, then all this effort is for nothing. And because I'm letting the queen make that choice, we're just going to see how things pan out. So again, nasonoph fanning, lots of workers going in. Even the group that's down below in that Bearsville Bees box are coming out, walking up the cotton cloth and going in. So it actually looks pretty promising. Plus, we have a weather situation on the way in, which should also help ground the bees and maybe get them interested in seeking shelter, so that could help us out. It looks good, but there's a large percentage of them not moving, not going anywhere. This is the landing board activity. Lots of fanning. So all we need is for the queen to go in. This is down below. They're walking up the cotton cloth. They seem to be fanning the pheromone to each other. And I haven't spotted the queen again since we did this. That's the situation we have. Now they're kind of stalled. And I did notice that when the queen starts to make a move towards the entrance, the bees increase their density around her and they kind of block her from going in. So that's interesting. I don't know what that's about. But it seems like the workers are not necessarily approving of what they found inside the box. As I mentioned before, we have weather coming in. Bad weather, supposed to be some rain. And that again should help encourage the bees to go in. And here's a nice close-up of all that activity, but they're not budging. So what I decided to do was shift to a time-lapse sequence so you could watch them all go inside the hive in a sped-up way. But that's not what happens. Truth is, what you're about to see is these bees deciding that what we've offered them is not good enough. That's right, they all took off, but the joke's on me, because not only did they leave the box that I set up here, they actually flew to a nearby empty hive in the same apiary. So they made a separate choice, but they stayed in the same apiary and we still got them. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. Have a great day.